Hey everyone, Eddie here. We are back with Sephiria. I'm very excited for today's video because as you can see, we have a brand new costume. My goodness, these devs with their surprises and updates. I'll go ahead, I'm just gonna pick the dagger just so you can see it a little better. This is a very cute otter. My goodness. So the otter has plus 9% for crit chance, which I think is great. We haven't had a costume or character yet with the crit chance. It does have minus 8% for move speed. You could see it there. But honestly, if you compare pros and cons with the costumes, I think the move speed is very manageable compared to some of the other ones. For instance, like the bat only having one dash count, that's rough. So the move speed I feel like is doable. It is very manageable throughout, especially now because there was a major update and we have a new floor, a new boss, so we have more opportunities to expand our builds and also more opportunities to change up some items. So we'll see how this one turns out. More than anything, I just want to have fun with the otter. Hopefully we can go ahead and make it all the way to the 5th floor and to the boss. So we'll see what happens here. I thought it'd be fun to do a shotgun build with the crit opportunity. And more importantly, I want to take advantage of the shotgun for the melee properties because it does change to what's called powder bullet, which allows it then to be considered melee. So I thought it'd be really fun to go wind sheet music because this will increase the melee attack range. So we should have some huge blasts, which should be a lot of fun. And also, I'm going reloading wooden crate just because the magazine count is so low on shotgun. Increasing this to 1 alone is huge. But if we can get it maxed out to 2, we should be able to spam a lot of shots and take over the entire map as we go through. So it should look cool and should be a ton of fun. So we'll see how it turns out. I mean, an otter and a shotgun only in Sephiria, right? We'll see how this goes. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like. It does help me out and I greatly appreciate it. Also, please feel free to post in the comments. I do reply to all of my comments, so let me know what you think of the builds, the game, the gameplay. If you have a build in mind that you would like for me to try, please do so. I love doing viewer builds, some of my favorite content to make here for Sephiria. And of course, if you'd like to follow this and all of my content, please subscribe. We are building a great community here. Would love to see you join, especially if you're enjoying the content. And I want to give a big shout out to all of my current subscribers that constantly comment, like, and share my videos. Thank you all so much. I greatly appreciate you all. So we were lucky enough to get a luck shrine. I think I'm going to go defense because it is pretty easy to find the HP boost along the way. So I'm going to take advantage of getting a little more defense. So now we're at 9, especially since we are going to go kind of like a shotgun melee range build. So we'll be a little closer to enemies, so I think that does make sense. Especially if we get to the final boss, which is like a mess of an area. That boss has so much going on in it for the 5th floor, and we still got to learn all the patterns. I've only faced it once, and that was in our Chapter 3 Unlock video. If you haven't watched that video, please do so. It was a lot of fun just experiencing the new floor as a whole, but also the entirety of that run just allowed you to get a sense of what the next run cycles are going to be, just adding a new floor as a whole. I don't really like any of these, to be honest. I don't want to lose more move speed. I'll re-roll once here. I feel like I can get away with that. Ooh, very good, actually. I love disconnection, so I'm going to grab that and put that here. I'm going to keep wooden crate here because, unfortunately, you need to get to 4 just to get to the next one. So there's no point in putting it here because we're still going to have the same count. We'll save that for another good item that we end up picking up along the way. Speaking of the HP boost, we can go ahead and take advantage of that there. And then we have Anvil. Oh, and we have an early enchant as well. They also added forced mini bosses, so you can no longer dodge the mini boss. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to fight them within the level. There are opportunities for you to skip them if you really don't want to, but you just have to choose that pathway now. They are mandatory, so just keep that in mind. I personally like the challenge, but I have to admit, I have done runs where I purposely did skip it, just to try to get something else. Sometimes you don't want to fight the mini boss when you only have one potion and you know you have to face the main or final boss. Yeah, crossbow is going to be a little slow here, but once we grab our weapon, we should be doing some pretty good damage and some good range as well, because it's going to transition to that melee. Right now, our wind sheet music isn't doing anything because this is considered range. Ooh, we got an enchant. So actually, what we could do... Let's see what we get here first. I'll take plate. I don't want to use all of my rerolls just yet. What we could do is this, and then use the enchant to get this, and now we have 2 magazine counts. Pretty good. Get our increased HP. Now we're over 100. Okay, so far so good. So let's go ahead and pick up our shotgun. And they changed this area too. So now anvils, they used to be part of levels where you would have to go and search for it. But now this is considered a safe space. So it's just one of those areas now where you just go, pick up the item, and you're good to go. All right, so we're getting scatter shot shooter. So normal attack is changed to powder bullet, which has melee attack properties. That's what we want. So now our blast, now we have 2 here. It should be, oh, look at the blast. Oh my goodness. So just to go off comparison, so you can kind of see what the difference is. Let's go ahead and I'm just going to drop this really quick. So that's the normal blast, right? Now we pick this up. Oh, this is going to be fun. Oh my. Okay, so we don't need the enchant just because we only have a couple of artifacts and they're already maxed out. So I'd rather pick up another artifact. Hopefully something in the sturdy range. That would be perfect so we can kind of get some of that physical going. Of course, I also want to focus on crit damage and crit chance, as the crit chance is why we picked this costume in the beginning, besides the fact that it's super cute and new. While the 2 magazine counts make a huge difference. Yeah, just imagine when we get this damage up. Oh my. Ooh, Ballast Song's actually pretty good. I also like Thorn Charm, and it does get us into Sturdy, which is what we want. So I think that's actually the better choice. Not only is it going to increase the 4% here for the crit chance, but also our physical. So that's a good choice. Either one of those, I think, could have been really, really good. Well, that's a long pathway. Oh, to the exit. Okay. Let's look at our map. Definitely have to go this way. So let's go south. Oh my gosh, the barrage of just blast from the shotgun is amazing. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see. Oh, Colin. We could hire Colin. Colin would actually be great. I don't believe there's anything new here, even though they did an update. Yeah, nothing new here. I believe there is a new item, but I believe it's picked up after defeating the new boss. Hang on, Colin. I'm going to check out some other stuff first. This will be where the boss is, right? Okay, so we probably want to pick up Colin before then, but there is another pathway here. Let's see what's down here. Ah, our artifact. So we could go... Wow, we have a couple options here. I think Planet is a little bit of a bait. I took the bait last time. I do like Cold Lock for the universal damage. So I think I'm just going to pick that up. What I think I might do is just do something like this for now. And we'll see what happens here. But, I mean, universal is good. And also now, since the mini-bosses are pretty much forced, the teabag becomes that much more valuable for universal damage. So if we come across that in the next area before facing the mini-boss, might be something that we pick up. All right, let's have Colin join our team here. I don't mind having Colin. I won't go too heavy into companions, though, because I do want to ensure that I have the damage and the crit myself. Colin will just be a nice added feature for essentially a shield for me. Nice. Okay. Yeah, we definitely... Oh, speaking of... So we would have the Black Panther. Okay, so final damage upon mini-boss defeat, universal damage boost. So if we can get this up, that's pretty big. Yeah, let's try it out. We do take more damage from the mini-bosses, but having Colin, I think, will help that out a bit. Wow, I wish we had the pouch before facing that, though. Yeah. Now the question is this universal damage? Let's see. So it's currently at 4. We're at 108 currently. Yeah, so we have to defeat these mini bosses in order to gain that boost. Just wanted to be sure. I don't really use the teabag too much, so all right, let's see how we do against this first boss. That extra magazine count makes a huge difference. Colin does make a big difference as well, acting as a shield, so... Yeah, hopefully maybe we could pick up Agma or something pretty big. Yeah, we need to get this damage rolling. I may go crit damage for the root here, just so we can kind of start getting a little bit more when we do crit. Our crit chance procs. Clay. It's not really what I want. This is a situation I could just pick this up to sell it. I think I'm going to re-roll, though. Wow, that was a pretty good reroll. Huh. What's better? The potential to stun, to inflict the stun, or the attack speed so we can fire even faster? I mean, this goes up to 26% attack speed, which is quite crazy. I think the dull bell is a little better. Yeah, the potential to stun. Another disconnection. I mean, that is pretty good. We could also do exit, but I like disconnection because it can work here with this. So now we just gain our boost up a bit more. I can go ahead and increase this as well. So now 10% crit and then physical damage. So we're currently at 30 crit and 70 crit damage. Definitely have to get those going, especially since we chose Otter. Yeah, right now I'm loving the range. Colin was a great pickup because we're not taking that much damage because they are focusing him. But we just need to get the increase going so these blasts can start doing some massive amounts of damage. This would be interesting because we would increase our crit chance, right? So we would have to find items to do crit damage instead. Let's see, where are we at again? We're at 30%, so we'd be at 40%. We just have to start finding some items with crit damage. But what's interesting is since we are doing direct attacks, now with this item, we can possibly do some burn as well, which I never really thought of, but that actually could be good. Let's try it out. Why not? Can implement some burn. Don't really like any of these. Picking up Colin, we definitely have lower amount. Oh, haste would have been perfect. We definitely have a lower amount than what we normally would going into this, but that's okay. I think we'll just hold. Just go to the next area and hopefully get some sturdy items. Crit as well, if possible. Let's see what we have here. So the anvil to finish up our shotgun is great. Artifact is probably the best choice there. We obviously want to fight the mini boss just to get the universal damage boost up a little bit too. I just don't know my first choice here. Do I want to go experience and see what I get immediately? I mean, we are close to experience, so this would be a good choice. Okay, let's try the experience. Let's pick up another potion while we're here. Make sure there's nothing over there. Okay. Ooh, none of these are really good, so let's go ahead and re-roll. Well, we are not getting anything that we want. I guess I could pick up... I'm not really using MP, so this wouldn't proc very well. I guess we could just pick up the entrance. The problem with picking up the entrance, though, everything is going to be... I mean, we'll get some stuff up that's high, which is good, but at the same time... Alright, we'll just pick this up then. Yeah, some of these are going to be a little bit higher up now, so... The question is... 21%. I think I'd rather have the dull bell for the proc of the stun more. Yeah. Until we can find something better. Wow, we're not getting lucky with good items here, unfortunately, but let's make it work. If we were dealing fire damage, that would be pretty good. The Palace cards is interesting. It would just be extra damage as we go through. Yeah, I'm actually quite curious to see how this one would turn out. I guess we could swap out this for now, because until we fight a mini-boss, right? That kind of doesn't do anything. The way that I'm reading it. Okay, cards was a good pickup. All right, here we go. Let's do some more defense. I like that. Well, we're getting lucky with the shrines at least, just not with the items for crit or damage as a whole, huh? All right, let's go south. The cards actually change it up quite a bit. And we do have our luck maxed out, so we can obviously get more luck. We'll have to see if we're lucky enough to get that, though. All right, so here we go. So now we're going to increase our crit chance. So we're going to get Gunpowder Synthesis. Increases crit chance of a direct attack by 30%. So this should help us out. My goodness. Actually, it matches Colin. Yeah. I do hope we get some type of rendition of Colin. I mean, an armored dog to play is fantastic, but I just don't think they would duplicate the character, right? I do really like Colin, though. It's one of my favorite companions. Oh, yeah. There we go. Oh, look at the blast now. Ooh. Oh, we could get another cold lock, but the sturdy is perfect. Yeah, the stairway is very good. I just have to remember to actually, you know what? Let me swap it out here. Yeah, until we can increase this. Because, again, this only buffs at the entering of a floor. So I'm going to swap these right before I enter a floor, if I remember. I am known to forget. Okay, we know that's the mini-boss. It looks like there's a spot here, though. Okay, a couple more dice. That's good. Let's go search the area first before we face the Black Panther. And then I have to remember to change my pouch as well. What a pickup. Wow. Okay, we definitely got to start grabbing some more tablets or enchants here now. All right. Second floor is where it's at here for us. And a merchant? All right, let's see what the merchant has really quick. Usually these merchants don't have much. Yeah, you could re-roll a couple times here. Ball of red yarn. That is interesting because since we do have the flower, we do have that chance. So that wouldn't be too bad to pick up, honestly. The surge, though, is a little more important just so we can have something next to this, right? Yeah. All right, well, we have options, so let's go face the mini-boss now. Before we do, let's switch out for the pouch. That's not a good idea. Let's switch it out for maybe like this. All right, so let's see. Let's see how well we do here. Wow. All right, pretty good. So now, if that worked correctly, oh yeah, now our universal damage boost just went up. Pretty good. Pretty good. So if we swap this back, that should just stay there as a stat then, right? No, it does lower. So we do get the increase, but we have to keep that. Okay, so we'll just keep this here then. Yeah, because we're not really focusing on burn. That's just a nice added feature. Wow. Link is a perfect pickup, actually. Not only do we allow this to negate that lock ability, but now we can increase our normal damage by 7% here. Now, granted, I could, instead of doing that, maybe it's more beneficial to do this for the physical. I'm not really too sure. We could test it on a dummy to find out. All right, let's see. I always believe flat damage is better. We'll see. All right, so what did we say we could possibly pick up? Well, now we don't need really any of these. So I think I'll just hold and save. 950 after we defeat the boss, probably be at a really good spot here, so. All right, we are facing the pig, so I think we're in good range. I just forgot to change out stairway. Oh my goodness. I got so excited. All right. It's all right, we'll do well. That burn is going off, though, so it actually may be beneficial to do that. My goodness. Oh, the blasts are insane. Yeah, it actually might be worth starting with Pouch of Black Tea, to be honest, just to continuously get the increased boosts. I mean, I feel like we did pretty well there. I like the helmet just to get sturdy up. The problem is the evasion, but I also feel like we're doing pretty well in that area just due to Sir Colin, right? Harvest is a very good pickup. Yeah. I mean, I could place Harvest here, and then I can swap these two. So now we just got +8 physical versus... Yeah, we just got 6 physical damage increase. That's pretty big. All right, so we just got to get these two going. So if I can get another Harvest, that wouldn't be bad. I just got to remember to swap these when we go through. Don't even need to restore the HP with the Otter. Oh, my goodness. This is hilarious. All right, 3rd floor. Halfway there, essentially. Wow. All right, hopefully the merchant has something we want. Banner is interesting. The only reason I don't like Banner is it doesn't work against bosses unless the boss has an ad. For instance, the pig, it would work because it does have that little chieftain that it summons, but... Critical damage minus 30%. However, we increase our crit chance. What is our current crit damage? I mean, that might be good. We would just have to get some more stuff. Problem is I don't have enough money. I mean, there's a couple things I can see that I can sell. Weapon damage. The question is then, do I just pick up something else like this just to gain the bonuses? Or do I still hold? Let's see what the area gives us here first. I think from there, then we can kind of choose. Okay, so HP boost, again, don't mind. Tablet, ooh, an inventory slot. That's that first one in the second area that you see there. Enchant is great. Unfortunately, those two are in the same. And another tablet. Wow, the inventory and the enchant are in the same row. That's super unfortunate. I mean, we do need tablets, so there is potential to do double tablet here. All right, let's do it. Let's do tablet, and then we'll go from there. But before we do, let me remind myself to swap this really quickly so we can gain the bonus here just a little bit. Actually, would it be beneficial to do this one? It would. Okay, so let's do something like this then. And we'll just swap that out as we go through. Yeah, it's really unfortunate that the tablet... There we go. Who needs more move speed when you can just do that? Oh my goodness, we are blasting these enemies. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Otter with a shotgun. Who would have thought, huh? Only in Sephiria. That's not true. I'm sure somewhere out there there's another game or something that has an Otter shotgun, right? Now, this isn't anything special, but it is pretty crucial. So I don't mind picking this up just to gain the +9 physical. I mean, obviously, more HP is definitely worth it, but it's not a wow factor. But at least it does help out with the set. But I honestly think right now we're doing quite a bit of damage, so... Very good. Alright, so here's our exit. Yeah, we just ran out, as I was saying that. We just ran out of our stairway, the stairway boost here. So that's pretty good. So if we could pick up maybe Mystic Cape, we don't have to necessarily buff it. But just that increase of percentage for the buffs for that would be good. I love power. Wow, power is so good. Power would help us maximize this. Now the question is, can I reduce everything one row? I believe I can. Yeah, I believe so. Let me see. There we go. Even more damage now. Okay. All right, we're done with this area. I didn't see any cracks, so I think we're okay. I'm sure if I did, somebody would mention it. Okay, again, before we go back, let's go ahead and swap these out. Now we can get full amount, full buff. Okay, so now let's look. Do we need enchant? I mean, enchant could go a long way. Does our invasion go down with this? It does. Yeah, because let's say we get 3. If we get 3 for enchant, or even 2, we can increase palace cards, which has been very good for us. We can increase Colin, or we can increase the universal, which all are pretty big. What's our inventory space looking like? We still have 5, 7, 9. We have 9 more slots. So adding the inventory is really good too, but I feel like the benefit is with the enchant. Yeah, let's go with the enchant. I think that's the way. Even if we only get a 2, I think that's the way. All right, let's see. Oh, these blasts are so good. Dash attack? Oh my goodness, we're not even doing dash attack. Let's re-roll here. Ooh. I don't mind haste, because that will just increase our attack speed and move speed, and we're not really using MP, so that's not a terrible pickup. Yeah, it's not a terrible pickup. Okay, so we did end up with the 2. So I'm going to go ahead and do palace cards. And I think I'll just do the universal. There we go. Colin will have to wait just a little bit longer. Sorry, Colin. If we did pick up the banner, because our blast has such a good range, it actually wouldn't have been too bad, but again, it's not very popular of an item for me. I mean, I don't mind starting to go a little bit into precision just because we're not really that high anyways. We are critting quite a bit though. So maybe adding the chaos isn't too terrible. Start getting the precision start going, especially if we can get kunai and we have palace cards already. Just more projectiles to fly out from the shotgun. Ooh. Hidden area. XP. Oops. Alright, did we get everything? Looks like we did. Alright, swap this back. Okay, so do we want a tablet or XP? I think a tablet would be good just to kind of fill in some of these gaps with the negative from the disconnection. So I think tablet is the way to go. Yeah. Oh, we're full on potions too. Well, let's remember that there was a potion in the beginning just in case we have to use one. Wow, the move speed from the haste and the stairway. You can't even tell that we had a defect. So that's the boss. Let's use it while we have the abilities though, right? Might as well. What mini boss? Wow, we just increased our to plus 24 now. Wow. Oh my goodness. That is probably the best we could have picked up. Essentially, an upgrade to power. And now we don't have to worry about swapping anymore. Wow, that was a good pickup. Okay. Nice. Wow, that mini boss melted too. Okay, this is a pretty good one. I actually think this would be very beneficial here. Yeah. Not only do we get Colin up, but we get rid of this negative awkward slot here as well. So that's a good pickup. Let's keep going with the defense. We're at 17. Wow. All right. I guess we're ready for the boss, and I don't have to worry about swapping anymore because now we're full with our conviction here for stairway. Oh, that's pretty good. I'm still curious if I should maximize the benefit here for the Lulu flower, but we'll see. All right, it is Med Scientist, so this could work in our favor just because they are stationary. Let's see how we do here. Fireballs are not my favorite. Still doing pretty well, though. We did lose Colin. Well, having this shotgun blast with the melee range is quite good here. My goodness. Oh my goodness. We did take a bit of a damage, especially at the beginning just because of the fire, but that's okay. Can increase our crit damage by plus 20. It's pretty good. And it only requires 2. We do lose MP, but to be honest, we're only using the MP right now. Yeah, we're only using the MP for the haste. Huh. Advance is really good. The only problem is it's just going to buff these up. And there's no other slots to get these moving forward. I mean, I could put it here and lose 1 and gain this as a 2 slot. I could do something like that. 2, this could become a 6. Yeah, I do wish we picked up some inventory slots now. I suppose we could do this for now. If we find something better, we can update it. We could do something like this. I think something like this is okay. I'd rather have something here, but just looking at everything now, we may have to move more stuff around or just get some more slots. But either way, I still think we're in a really good position. Yeah, there's no more mini bosses, though. So I have to keep that in mind. Unless they just randomly added one here to the wasteland now. I presume they will in the near future. All right, let's see what we got here. That's huge. Although I don't know how really good it is with this, because so that'll be at 5. We have a 2 slot. We have a 3 slot here, so we can move maybe the weapon damage over. I'm not sure if the weapon damage or the normal attack would be better. I mean, I guess we can look at it in the stat sheet. I mean, we are doing more. Increase the damage of weapon. So the problem is that what the actual weapon does, or does it include the blast? Because I feel like the blast is just considered like a normal attack, but so is a melee weapon. So I'm unsure. Okay, before we do our purchase, let's take a quick peek. Oh, we do have the inventory slot. That's going to be huge. That's going to be super helpful. Okay, so we can at least alleviate some of that. We can pick up another artifact, and there's an enchant with a merchant. So technically, if there is a merchant there, which we haven't seen in quite a bit, we could hold if we wanted to. And there is an enchant, which would work out quite a bit here, instead of just picking up shade. But what I do want to do is do a little more defense. Oh, they don't have the big potion. Darn. Yeah, we'll wait for the next merchant. Yeah, we'll wait for the next merchant. All right. Inventory slot. This is pretty cool that they added this. So this is going to add a couple more inventory slots. Open up and possibly fix some of our overload issues that we currently have. Wow, we melted those enemies. I mean, where did they go? Where did they go? Direct attack, critical chance increase. I mean, that's pretty good. I like that. What is this? Oh, this is the... I just saw this tent. Interesting. Okay. So now we got the 2 more slots, see? So that's pretty good. Yeah, if we picked up that other one earlier on, we would have had 4. That was a pretty small level, huh? Okay, so we said we'll go artifact, see if we can pick up something else. Where are we at in sturdy currently? We're at 5, so we could still use 1 more. Maximize the sturdy set. These blasts are amazing. I mean, who would have thought the shotgun would be able to destroy enemies off screen? I mean, it's... It's just reckless blasts. Oh, this is a lot of fun. All right. Exits. No. This one would be interesting. The dedication here, because it would be able to do a slot here. This one, but that's going to be a little overdone, unfortunately. See what else we could find. Firebolt to increase the ember. Normal attack damage. That's something. Kind of just picking pieces here, but we do need to find some type of synergy though. Yeah, we're filling up our inventory, but we're not really gaining like buffs or sets or anything, so have to keep that in mind. Nice. There we go. That's what we want to see. And this is a 5. So we may actually want to swap this here, and then we can start swapping this currently until we can get something better. Wow, this is such a good tablet. My goodness. Okay. Yeah, the enchant is looking really good right now. Yeah, enchant into merchant, that's so good at this late of stage. Let's go ahead and grab that and see where we end up. All right, so we got the buff here, so now let's switch this out. So now we get even more physical damage. Yeah, honestly, I wanna try to grab cape because this buff is doing wonders for us. The move speed and the attack speed. It's quite crazy, I have to say. I mean, look at this. You would not have thought that this costume, with as with as fast as we're moving, you would not have thought this costume to have negative move speed, right? All right, we got some rerolls. Another dash count isn't terrible. Boy, we really need something to fill this gap. What is the lock at? So that's a 3 space, so we're just at a 1 on our own. Okay. I mean, this does, the Tainted Bandage does give us more physical damage and the crit chant. I mean, this is doing well also with us, but the problem is now we're just running out of inventory space. But this does fit the build, I have to admit that, the Tainted Bandage. Gosh, we just need something here. Could probably start moving maybe some stuff around. Like, I wonder, could I instead do something like this then? So it's because of this is why we're getting the benefit from that. Okay. So this will be a 5. We do have the enchant, so we could increase this. Is there another 2 slot, though, that I can get? That's where I'm kind of looking at right now, because I'm just trying to take away the negative space, which this does do that. But having a 4 slot here, I'm not sure how much more beneficial that's going to be for us. Future is really good, though. Actually, if we get Future... That's a bit over, but we could do something like this, which I really like. And then we could swap out for something like this, because this has to be on the bottom row, essentially. So this still counts as the bottom row? Oh, it does. Interesting. Okay. So now we increase that. So now we could swap these back then. And we'll just have to figure out what we're going to do here with these. I'm not entirely too sure. Yeah, we have to get rid of this negative space somehow. We're probably going to have to just drop something because the stairway is pretty important. All right, so let's go to the merchant and let's see what they have, and then we can kind of go off of here, maybe sell something. Oaths. Does Oaths help us if I put it here? I mean, it makes this a 3. It'll make this a 6. I mean, it just replaces this. We still have to get rid of something. I think I'm just going to get rid of the chaos. I think the chaos is kind of the thing right now that's kind of holding us back in that front, especially with that. I mean, I could grab Oaths now to fill the space. This is going to be a 3. This is going to be a 6. But there's no other spot for a 2 that I could swap, unfortunately. Unless I make the Dull Bell the 2. Right? Oh, 6 is so heavy. I mean, let's just see. So now I still have the enchants, right? Oops. Don't want to leave without the enchants. So I have 2 for the enchants. So now I could do... I mean, I can maximize this to 20 crit damage, right? Which is pretty big. And get the Dull Bell back. Or I can increase the normal damage. I think I want to do the Dull Bell because it was proccing pretty well. And then let's do the crit damage. Okay, so currently this is the only one that's over. But I can live with that just because we got some of this other stuff up. We did increase, or decrease, I should say, our evasion, though. So we have to keep that in mind. Yeah. So essentially now I'm going to be swapping the stairway with this or vice versa. So I have to keep that in mind as well. So before anything, let's go ahead and do that because that's very crucial. All right. We'll swap these back. Got the buff. Pretty good damage. Let's see how well we do. Well, that was quick. Oh my goodness, that was really quick. That was a lot faster than the original. I thought there was a, like a little cutscene or something. Interesting. Wow, there's White Cape, which we did say we would want. It is pretty good. Gosh, we need more inventory slots. Do we just give up on haste then for the stairway? I mean, that is a good alternative because this is essentially move speed and attack speed. This increases it by 15%. This will just increase the buff of this, which is already pretty good. So I guess that is a good alternative. At this point now, we would just be updating anything that we currently have. Surge. I mean, Link is better, especially since we're currently utilizing it. I mean, so if we increased, if I got this, well, no, it's not in a good slot. So we wouldn't be able to do that one either. My goodness, these are all, I guess we'll just convert and kind of go to the next area and see. I mean, I could keep re-rolling, but I kind of want to see what's in the next area. This used to be the final boss area and where we'd go, but now we have a whole new floor, Rooted Cave. All right, this is only the second time that I've been here, which the first time was the initial. Forgot to do the staircase. We got this cool mole merchant here. Power. I mean, power is better than the advance. We can get this essentially what? So this could be a 3 slot. This will be a no slot. Well, this would just be a 1. So we could get this to a 4, but we don't have anything else that we can kind of move around. I guess it could be stairway, staircase, or if not, the Mystic Cape to do that. But then we lose out on the 1 here, so I don't know if that's beneficial. I wish we could buy inventory slots. I think that would actually be cool. Sharp Eye actually may be a little bit better. So we can go up to 14% with direct critical chance for this. But currently we're sitting at 3. With Sharp Eye, we can increase it for 15 seconds. That might be a good alternative for that. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this up to 3 in my current state. Unless we have enchants. Let's see. Let's see what the floor is going to give us, and we can kind of make a decision. So we do... Whoa. Whoa. Did somebody say enchant? We have 3 enchants. Wow, that's really good. So, I mean, with 3 enchants, I mean, we could essentially make this higher and constant at 14. We can also increase the buffs here. So this may be the build. We just start increasing that. Yeah, I wish I could carry more potions. Nobody has had the large potions. That's a bit unfortunate. All right, so let's swap this as we have been. And then I guess we're going to go on an enchant raid here because let me go ahead and drink 1 potion. So we're at full. And then let's see how this goes. Did it rain the first time we did this? I honestly cannot recall. I think I was just so in awe by the new floor, I didn't really catch up on much. Definitely have to start utilizing our potions, though. It's a 3? Oh my goodness. Okay. I mean, that's excellent. I mean, essentially, we can get that necklace up directly with the crit chance with our direct attacks. That's pretty wild. Right off the bat. Okay, so this is the way out. Okay, so let's go to the enchant. Let's do our level. Essentially, right now, we're just looking for anything that would be better. Another disconnection? I mean, another disconnection essentially is better than harvest. But the problem is that then we start losing... I guess that means we can move this then. We can even probably get rid of this, to be honest. So out of curiosity, if I drop this... Well, they really made you think of inventory by adding this whole other level, huh? And if I get rid of this... Yeah, so this creates that 3, which is fine. This is just a +1 slot for this, so this opens up. We don't have the full amount for the tea bag, but that could be easily changed with, like, Colin or something else. Yeah, I mean, just getting rid of these 2, nothing big changes, really. I think that's a good... I mean, that's a good alternative. And then essentially we could do something where this goes here instead. And then we can increase these on their own, right? And then we have a whole new slot here. I mean, I like that, especially since we have 3 enchants. I think that's pretty good. So I think we'll keep this for now. Wow. Thank you, everyone, for being patient while I work on this inventory, because it is sometimes overwhelming. I think I like getting this all the way up. Or I can at least do... I could do this one. And then I could do this... essentially, right? And then next time we could probably do this and then start swapping. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So now, speaking of swapping, let's do our staircase again. We're going to go enchant again. Wow, can you imagine if we get all 3 enchants as 3 enchants? Okay, this one isn't raining, so it was just that first stage. I mean, unless I just didn't recognize it, but... All right, nice. Looks like we got everybody here. I can't remember if there were hidden pathways in this area or not. If I could find something with more crit damage too, that'd be great. Preferably not pointed club, although pointed club does give you massive amounts of crit damage, so... But I think that's what we got to start looking for here now. Precision for the crit chance. This one is interesting. I think we'll just convert. All right, let's keep going. Still hanging on to our stairway buff as well. That's good. Yeah, Colin's doing a beautiful job taunting for us. My goodness. We got to try to get Colin buffed up again, though, too. Because in saying that, I know we did decrease him by getting him to 1. Another 3. No way. And this is the exit? These are very small areas. I wonder if they did that on purpose. Okay. Okay, so... What are we really thinking here? So let's... oh, no. Let's... let's move... So let's say we did this. So that we don't have to... I mean, I don't mind swapping. Yeah, I don't mind swapping because there's no real reason, right? There's no real reason to put points into Stairway if we could swap it, just because it's just for the beginning of the buff. It's more beneficial to get the white cape up. So this is what we're looking at. So we could do... I could do this. And I can either do all 3 right now to weapon damage, or I can kind of balance it out. How much weapon damage do we lose? 12%? That's a lot. That is quite a bit. Okay. So I feel like we're doing well with the buff. So this at least would give me a pattern. So let's do 1 in Colin. We'll do 1 on the white cape. And then 1 in the crit. And what I'll do is I'm going to swap these back for now, because this is still going to have the 1, right? And we'll swap this here. And then once we go to the next area, I'll buff the weapon damage. If we're lucky enough to get 3, great. If not, then we'll figure it out. But I think that's our best case right now. Lucky enough to finding all these potions, too. We're going to need them for this fight. I wouldn't mind if we find the ball of red yarn again. I think that was possibly a missed opportunity. But I'm not so sure. I'm not seeing the burn too much, but when we are, I just keep thinking that would have been a pretty good time to have burn, right? I guess that's when you always think about it. That'd be a nice time to have some burn. Some extra burn damage. 2. Okay, it is a 2. So we weren't lucky to get 3 3s in a row, but I mean, to get 2 in a row was pretty big, to be honest. We took quite a bit of damage there. They should count the goats here, since they technically are from the mini-boss from the first stage. They should count those towards our teabag. That'd probably be a little too much, huh? Now, this would be interesting to get this now to balance out. I just don't think we can make it work where I'd want to swap out anything for it, right? If I had a spot for stairway, absolutely. Yeah, because it's not something that we would essentially need, but yeah. I mean, we could pick it up just so we can increase the companion damage. That might make a difference. It just may, right? Okay, so this is the way out. 4 potions. Okay, so we said we're going to... Oh, no. We said we were going to swap the buffs. So essentially do this. So now we can look at everything. I'm just curious if it's worth doing the buff here for that long. Because we are losing a lot of weapon damage. And essentially, I could use the 2 to maximize our health right now and take advantage of that. Go more of a defensive route. That might be better. I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Getting the 1 just to the extra 30% was pretty big. So we'll swap... Oh, not that. That would do nothing for us. We'll swap this. Once we get to the boss, we'll swap it back, and then we'll hope for the best. And a little Otter blast build that we have going on here. Either way, this was a very fun run. I appreciate everyone sticking around to watch it. Oh my goodness, we did it. Koves. Oh my goodness. Yes, and we got the new item. Perfect. Oh my goodness, my heart's pounding right now. Rainbow Feather, exclusive to Dagger, and it has Windsong. Get additional 0 when acquiring Trance. Attack speed plus 10% dash recovery. Oh my goodness. You can get additional Trance. And there are a lot of Dagger items that increase the Trance too. This could be very good with some builds. Oh my goodness. Otter Blast for the win. And of course, with Sir Colin. Oh my gosh, we had 4 health. Oh, wow. We took a lot of damage early on, but then I started following the patterns a little bit better. Take a look. It is blocked by roots. You sense that the material of the door is not of this world. Whoa. It's the first time I've seen this. Maybe this is the next area. Chapter 4? Maybe. Touch the rift. A faint light seeps from the crack. Would you like to touch the crack? Yes. Victory? Question mark? It usually says defeat. Return. Oh my goodness. Now what? Oh. Oh no. No Colin? And we have crossbow. Oh, we lost everything. Whoa. Mouse, you are... Oh my goodness. 3-tailed fox, a mouse, and then a giant lion? Are these the next costumes? I have been saying for a long time that there is probably going to be a mouse costume. A lion would be amazing. Looks like he has like a giant key sword. And the mouse, oh my god, I just noticed the mouse's sword. Look how giant the sword is. And then this is a mage, obviously. They have this arb circling them. How cool. Okay. Fox, Tori, no way. Is that you? Lion, without a body, I see all sorts of things. I can feel its breath, unlike us. Breathing, could it be? Is it alive? Who? Power of Destiny Alteration. You're not Turi, are you? My goodness, what's happening? Come back here again. And our story? That was it? No, what a cliffhanger. Talk to the tree. Okay, now we have to talk to the tree. We have to go back. We have to do another run and defeat the crows so we can continue the story. 3 animals. That's strange. They are beings who have completed their mission and returned to the world. It feels different from just being an illusion created by Clyputh. If your will reaches them, try talking to them once more. Yeah, we definitely have to go back now. Talk to the 3 animals. So we got to do one more run to get there and continue on the story. Well, that'll be on our next adventure. That was a lot of fun. My goodness. Otter was so cool, and it was fun to do the shotgun. I haven't done shotgun in a long time, so I thought it would just be a fun build, which it was. Just seeing the blast go off screen and just annihilate enemies. I'm pretty sure we probably could have got even more crit chance and crit damage to utilize and benefit from it, but we still had fun, and we got the victory. That's what matters. Well, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a like. It does help me out, and I greatly appreciate it. Also, please feel free to post in the comments. I do reply to all of my comments, so let me know what you think of the build, the game, the gameplay. If you have a build in mind that you would like for me to try, please post it. I love doing viewer builds, some of my favorite content to create here for Sephiria. And of course, if you'd like to follow this and all of my content, please subscribe. We are building a great community here. We have been growing numbers, and I love to see everyone's reactions and kind words in regards to the videos and content I create. So please join us, especially if you're enjoying this content with Sephiria. And of course, I want to give a big shout out to all of my current subscribers that constantly comment, like, and share my videos. Thank you all so much. I greatly appreciate you. Until next time, everyone, take care.